The CABE Board of Directors is honored every year to recognize educators, researchers, community leaders, and others who make outstanding contributions to the field of bilingual education. And this morning, we honor two such individuals. Please welcome CABE Board President Elodia Ortega-Lampkin.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor for me to present to you the next awardee. It's a personal friend of mine and someone who I care about deeply. A lifelong multilingual advocate for California English learners and bilingual programs for more than 30 years, Norm Gold has made an impact to literally thousands of students and educators and families across California. Through his leadership role at the California Department of Education, he has impacted statewide systemic support and monitoring of schools and districts. And I've had the privilege to work very closely with him in my district, in Woodland Joint Unified School District. As a key consultant to many district schools and programs, he specializes in systems development for education with an emphasis on language, learning, and equity. He has supported numerous districts in deep, intentional, professional development and strategic guidance to strengthen and develop effective programs for English learners. Most recently, as a project director of English Learner Leadership and Legacy Initiative, ELLI, a project of Californians Together in partnership with CABE, Norm has developed and helped recruit and develop a new generation of bilingual English learner advocates that will cultivate and guide the field for many, many years. It has been so important for Norm to make sure that the next generation of educators are ready to take the torch on and continue to advocate across California and the state and the country. Fully multilingual in Spanish, Portuguese, and English, and with the knowledge of Catalan, German, and Italian, Norm's work in areas of language, linguistics, curriculum, and evaluation with California schools and districts, as well as international in Mexico, Central America, and Europe, has been an example of what multilingual, multicultural advocacy and orientation leadership looks like. I also can say that I have the privilege to spend some time with Norm in Oaxaca, learning about the language and the cultures of our indigenous families. He has embraced his career with a passion for learning and inspiring others, and has carried that over his personal life. He and his wife, Gina, has shared their love for learning, adventure, and life with their 2 daughters and families and 4 grandchildren. And I want to take a moment right now to thank his family for lending so much time with us. And Gina, would you please stand up and be recognized? He talks about you all the time, by the way. You're the love of his life. The success of his professional work and his personal passion for bilingualism, social justice, and equity for all combine and provide him with a unique perspective on how educators can make lasting improvement and hold themselves accountable for language and academic results for English learners. And I can tell you personally that when I worked with Norm and he was supporting me in Woodland Joint Unified School District, he held me accountable, and he kept pushing and challenging me. And I thank him for the professional growth that he has provided me and the impact that he has made personally in my district. And I know that he's done that across the state for many, many of you in this room. His legacy has made and will continue to make an impact on current and future generations of bilingual students and educators. And I know that his legacy will, because he has planted many, many seeds. And we are those of us who have had the honor to have worked closely with him, and many of you may have not have got to work closely with him, and you might not even know it, but you are being impacted by the work and the legacy that Norm Gold has left for English learners in California. It is with great honor and respect that I introduce to you our awardee, Norm Gold, for the Legacy Award of CABE on behalf of the Board of Directors.
Wow. Thank you, Elodia and the CABE board. This recognition is a true capstone of my career that has included CABE membership for more than 40 years. I have been blessed to have done work that I felt passionate about and that has been seen as making some important contributions. I was further blessed that my work brought me into the company of colleagues who became close friends and collaborators as we advocated for optimal education for English learners. It's a source of joy for us that our family continues as Spanish-English bilinguals through 3 generations, and that CABE has always supported our family's language vision as well as our professional needs for materials, pedagogy, and policy advocacy. Our daughter Rachel, here with us today, took her first toddler steps at the CABE conference in Anaheim in 1978. You speak about my legacy. You speak about my legacy. Well, I have received quite a legacy. I acknowledge this award in the memory of my parents and many mentors who set an example for us by promoting social justice and embracing all peoples. I have benefited from incredible examples and role models from Gina, my wife, best friend, and partner for 50 years, and the other strong women in our family who prepared me for working with strong women leaders in education. And I benefited from mentoring from some superb bosses and colleagues with whom I worked at the California Department of Education. Understanding our legacy is so very important to our movement for educational equity and excellence for ELs. For the last 5 years, I have had the great fortune to join hands with colleagues and friends to plan and implement the English Learner Leadership and Legacy Initiative, ELLI. I count the ELLI Fellows as well as the founding steering committee and mentors as my teachers and mentors, as well as colleagues and friends. By presenting me with this award today, you help emphasize the importance of community that is essential to our work. In addition to gratitude for this recognition, I want to share with you my understanding that to achieve our vision of equity and social justice through education, we must continue to support one another, seek allies wherever they may be, and relentlessly seek the common good. Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias.